Hello to you. I've got Archie out, but he really wants to go up because that's my Archie. You haven't seen him for a little while, but he's growing and doing really quite well. He had a bit of a stint there where he wasn't going to eat for me, but he's certainly got his appetite back and is eating very well at the moment, especially since I put him in his higher new enclosure, and he is loving it. He also has a deep heat lamp going, and he really loves that too. I've seen an exceptional amount of perching from him, and I've got a clip that I will put in for you to have a look at. But you know, these guys very much love to perch like a green tree python, and that's going to come up in what I'm going to be talking about, which is hybrids, hybrid snakes. But for people who don't know what that actually is, that is breeding one species of snake, python, I'm talking about really, with a completely different species of python. For example, a Burmese with a retic is an example, and I think I have a picture that you can take a look at as well, so you understand what it is I'm talking about. So I have, I think he's just going to settle there and maybe be quiet and not want to climb, but I doubt it. He is going up there to climb after I've done this video. So I have taken notes because I'm, like I said in my previous video, I am quite useless at staying on track. But you know, we'll start with millions of years ago, and I'm talking, you know, 90 to 100 million years ago, which is disputable by some people, but that's a rough estimate of how long snakes have actually been around. And you know, way back then, Sunny, oh my goodness, as soon as I start doing the video, she decides to squawk, and she's being quiet, and she's squawking because I'm talking, and she wants all the attention from me. But yeah, millions of years ago they existed, and all of the continents were joined together, and then we had the, you know, continental, stop Sunny, continental shift occurred and pretty much divided us into 4 different continents. You know, we'll talk Malaysia, Papua New Guinea. You know, I'm probably not pointing in exactly the right directions, but the Americas and Africa and so forth. And when that happened, you know, some snakes went that way, that way, that way, and that way, and became what they are that we see today. Each adapted to the environments in which they were living in, and became the species that we have in captivity today. So people are starting to breed species from Africa with species from America and Malaysia and Australia. And I guess I'm going to focus a bit on Australia and our species that we have here, and what is going on with them. And I'm seeing hybrids occur not just within the Australian species, because we have, you know, it's the carpet pythons that seem to be one of the main ones that are being bred with other species. And we, you know, we're seeing, for example, named hybrids as carpals, which is a carpet python with a ball python, which you will see wherever up here. So you get an idea of what they look like. Now, there is no denying that they look incredible, because they do. But why are we breeding them? Now, there's kind of this talk, and I would say it's not true, that these snakes are infertile and can't reproduce. That is not true. They can reproduce. I just don't understand why anybody wants to produce them in the first place. I know of, here we have green tree pythons, but genetically they are nothing like carpet python. But we get carpondros, which you will see are stunning, and there's no denying that. And us as humans are desiring beauty. We are desiring different, though I do not know why. You know, Archie is just a wild type rough scale python, and talking about the green trees, they are very similar in many ways. Their behaviours, the fact that they like to perch, and so on, would lead you to, well, it does lead you to know that they are very similar to each other, even though they come from different places, don't you? Hey? Just different places. So, but when you're getting, you know, your Burmese and your retics, now, you know, your Malaysian, Indonesian snakes, and crossbreeding them and developing hybrids. I don't understand why people are so hell-bent on doing this type of thing. We are slowly wiping out species now, and there are several that are actually endangered. So we are only doing more damage by doing this. I mean, already, you know, there are so many, you know, there's ball pythons and ball pythons, absolutely, and the morphs of them, and there's so many of them, but we are still insistent on doing more. And basically why are we doing it? I you know, Indian rock pythons and ball pythons come from the African continent, and yet we are crossing them with snakes such as carpet pythons. It's just, to me, there's no rhyme or reason for it. What is the purpose for it? Why is anybody actually wanting to do that with them? I don't understand, and maybe somebody can explain the positive to that actually happening these days. I would really like to know. It just doesn't make any sense in my head, and you know, everything in me is the wild types. You know, Papua New Guinea has the Bolins and the white lips and the certain, you know, genetic species of scrubbies and Irian and they're all beautiful as they are. And I would hate them to be then brought into a hybrid level, which is mixing two different species. If that was meant to be, then they wouldn't have been separated and developed as they are today to live in the environments that they live in today. Sure, there's a lot of crossbreeding going on out there in the wild. You know, diamonds are moving further north and adapting to a little bit warmer weather, and our coastals are moving further south because they're adapting more to the cold weather. Now, diamond pythons are not carpet pythons, and they're breeding with our coastal pythons, but that is just happening naturally out in the wild. That to me is more that evolution of, but we are pushing the boundaries as humans, and there is no need to be doing it other than to see what we get, to see what they look like. But other than that, what else is there? Is it money gain? I don't know how much it costs. I think, you know, to get a carpondro, it's carpondros. They're quite expensive. So I guess in many ways it always leads back to money. Does it not? Money. Leave them as they are. You know, okay, species to the same species, okay. There is enough of that going on. Making the different morphs, even within our carpet pythons, ball pythons, Burmese, the retics. In actual fact, you know, why I think I love retics so much is because to me they have similar traits to a carpet python and are more closely related to a carpet python than any other species out there. But would I breed a retic with a carpet python? No. Would others? Absolutely. So let me know what you think about hybrids and whether you think that man should be doing this. You know, breeding a Brazilian rainbow boa with a Jumerals boa. It just doesn't feel right to me. But anyway, from little Archie, who I know wants to go off and have a really good crawl around and a stretch today, we're going to say take care of yourself. And what does Mum say? Ciao. Okay, dude, I've got to turn the camera off. Can I turn the camera off? Hey? Where do you want to go? Where do you want to go? Up? Up? I'll help him now. To get him going. Going, dude? Okay. Here you go. Here you go. You right? Oh, no, you're underneath. You need to get on top of it, dude. Oh. He's right now. You may only be able to see this end of him, but yeah, bit of exercise. Oop, am I going to be hanging on to this, dude? Like, get going so I can put it down and not tug you down at the same time. I'm going now.